Hi, welcome back here. I've got a very special guest here for you today. Walter Friedman is a psychotherapist. Now, Walter helps people with social anxiety, and also he does deal with generalized anxiety. So I'm going to be asking him here today just about what his opinion is on an ebook like Joe Barry's Panic Away, and we're specifically going to be focusing in on the one move technique, which is the whole crux of what Panic Away is about. So Walter, hi, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm very well, and I'm happy to be here to talk with you about anxiety.
Great, excellent. Walter, we all want to know, just first of all, like just tell us a bit about your background, what you do, who you are, and how you help people.
Well, I'm a psychotherapist. I've been practicing for many, many years and practicing here in the United Kingdom since 1998. Now, I deal with anxiety, with people suffering from anxiety on a daily basis. Many of them are suffering from social anxiety. Some of them have what is called generalized anxiety.
Okay, so sorry,
yes.
Just to interrupt there. What do you social anxiety? Just explain exactly what that is for me.
Okay, it's possible to have anxiety about almost anything, and some folks have anxiety specifically relating to their interactions with people, such as meeting new people, speaking in front of a group of people, and so forth. Now, whatever the source of your anxiety, it's quite possible it will crescendo into what we call a panic attack, in which you fear that you're going to really lose it and something terrible and physical is about to happen to you. And that is what I want to talk to you about today.
Okay, so is that quite a common theme amongst society today? Like, is it quite a common thing for people to have, or is it?
Unfortunately, many people, and even a growing number of people, experience panic attacks or experience themselves often on the verge of panic attacks, which inhibit their ability to get the most out of their life. And it's also very frightening to people.
Sure.
Now, the most important message that I would convey here, and I would tell this to anybody listening, the panic attack is a paper tiger. In fact, nothing real or permanently damaging is about to happen to you. And this is where Dr. Barry's technique, the one move technique, is so absolutely brilliant. Because by utilizing that technique, which involves observing rather than reacting to the symptoms and the feelings that you're experiencing inside, you literally call the bluff on your fear and on your anxiety. And as soon as you do that, the attack and some of the symptoms begin to immediately diminish. And suddenly you're beginning to feel more calm rather than more anxious. Well, ultimately, the source of the one move technique is in awareness work.
Right.
And most therapies that really work with awareness ultimately derive that knowledge from Eastern psychology, where working with awareness and working with the observer is a key element.
Sure.
So it's an awareness technique.
Sure.
And awareness begins to dissipate the physical symptoms. You lodge your identity into yourself as the observer rather than getting wrapped up in the body's symptomatology and fighting it. You pull back, observe it, and then the other element in this one move technique, which is absolutely crucial, is you literally tell your body, bring it on, increase anxiety, increase the symptoms, do your worst. Which puts the whole approach to coping with panic attack and anxiety right on its head. It's counterintuitive. One wouldn't think that you would have to do that. But in fact, doing that completely breaks the back of the panic reaction.
So it's a kind of reverse psychology thing, if you like.
But to put it in a very succinct nutshell, befriend the fear. Welcome the fear. Because in befriending the fear dissolves. That may seem like a paradox, but it actually works. Befriend the fear, welcome it, bring it on, and suddenly the fear begins to dissolve.
So
That is the essence of this technique. And it's brilliant because it actually works.
so it's like literally just saying, look, what you were afraid of and running away from originally, you're not, because you're saying, okay, I'm not scared of you anymore. It's like, you know, a bully at school. If you suddenly face up to them and say that you're not afraid of them anymore, then they give up on you because they don't continue to hassle you.
One way to understand this is the mind and the body are intimately connected. The symptoms of anxiety in the body, whether it's rapid heartbeat, perspiration, stomach upset, or any of a number of possible symptoms that one might be having, is aided and abetted and sustained by what is going on in the mind. So if the mind is filled with more worry and more concern and dread, that will aid and abet the physical symptoms and keep them going. But if the physical symptoms flare and the mind is able to stay out of it, they will die down. Like lighting a match, it flares, and if you don't add any more fuel, it burns out, and pretty quickly. That is the essence of this technique.